What's up, man? This is your boy Kayo, and we're on the corner with the man Logic.
What's up? Swag, turn up, suck a dick. No, I'm just kidding.
Let's go! 1, 2,
Oh yeah, I like this joint right here.
yeah. Straight up hip hop. Everybody hip hop. What up? Come on.
Your first major label release, Under Pressure, working with legendary No I.D.
Yes.
What was that experience like for you, and did that put any pressure under you in your recording process?
It was first and foremost, it was an incredible experience because the man is a genius. Like, he's just a musical genius. You know, mentoring so many artists and musicians. Most notably, one of them being Kanye West. True. So it was really great. It was great to be in that space and to still be in that space and in that circle of just incredible people, human beings in general, but musicians. And yeah, but it wasn't really necessarily pressure. I think there was no pressure because I don't give a shit about anything. And I know that sounds a little fucked up. Can I curse? I can curse?
Yeah.
Okay, fuck. Awesome.
It's for the
Great,
internet.
okay. All right,
so
swag.
you're good.
So for me, it was more so about just having fun and having a good time and learning and finding myself.
Okay.
So yeah, which I definitely do believe I did with this album. So yeah, I mean, there was like pressures I had personally to create a great album and an album that I'd be happy with. Which I did. I'm happy with it, and I think people seem to be happy.
Way so fucking much, my greatest fear is I'ma die alone. Every diamond in my chain, yeah, that's a milestone. I'm loving it. Calling me, asking me for money, man. The only thing I'ma give you motherfuckers is doubt.
In terms of the technical aspect, like, what type of help did he give you in crafting the whole product?
It was more so just conversation. So we would just have conversations. It's funny because when you hear executive producer, you think, oh, he made every beat on the album.
Yeah.
He didn't make one beat on the album. You know, and that's you know, a majority of it was done by me and my in-house guy Six. Exactly. Yeah. So that's my dude, and he was there to just tell me things and open my mind in ways that nobody else had ever done before. And I think that is because he
sort of mentored you through it.
Yeah, and he's just so good at what he does. So that's you know, a big part of the process was just conversation, just talking, what it was like back in the day and what it was like, you know, up until today, because he was there pretty much from the birth of hip hop.
Man, and that kind of insight is priceless.
Exactly.
Dope.
Buy it, break it, roll it, light it, smoke it, inhale it, write it, record it, mix it, master it, press it up, unveil it. Feel like I've been waiting forever to inherit. This is war, I declare it. Time is money, I can't spare it. Futuristic, so simplistic.
Do you create music now with the preference of your fans in mind, or are you trying to do something that, okay, maybe they'll fuck with this, this is what I'm kind of gonna try to kind of give them, this is what I know they enjoy from me? Or is it still a very personal process for you?
It's funny that you asked that, because no matter what you do or where you go with music, you're constantly thinking, oh, what would the fans like, or what would I like, or what would this, or what would that. But very early on in my career, you know, I get people who be like, oh, you know, you should be rapping like this, like you should rap like this. And then I'd be like, hey, maybe they're right. So I would try that. I'd do a song like that, and they'd be like, man, he's changing. So it's like, no matter what you do, you can't make people happy.
Yeah.
And I learned very early, just as long as I'm happy with it and I give my all and I put my heart into it, that's all that matters. Because that's all that a true fan would want from me, is me giving my everything and putting my everything into it.
I agree.
So for future projects, because obviously we're focused on this first album, I'm touring on the first album, but in the future, maybe a year or so from now when the next one may come out, it's just going to be me doing my best to keep a great message, which I will, always doing my best to stay on top of my game with the lyrics, but just expanding in my sound and doing my best to grow and have a good time. But like I said, as long as I wear my heart on my sleeve and I make music that I love and I give my all, then I know my fans will love that, because all they want is for me to be me, and that's all that matters. So there is no pressure there as well.
Ain't no logic for logic, not through my affiliations. Stacking profit on profit from this music I'm making. Even Jesus had haters, so when you feeling forsaken, tell him jealous Judas is who this is, and man, that'll break.
What is your recording process like, or your writing process? Do you write it down, say like on a pen and pad, or a laptop, or
I
a phone?
write on my phone. It's just a lot easier that way, and then I back all my data up and everything, so it's
you
safe.
keep all the lyrics. Okay.
Yeah. But it just happens. Sometimes I'll think of a cool line, or we could be having a conversation, or I could just hear something, and I'm like, oh, that makes me think about this and that, and blah blah blah. Like I was in the car and I heard something about Sinatra, like Frank. And then I was like, oh, wow. And then I thought about money, and I was like, I got that Sinatra money, I've been Frank, like Benjamin Franklin on the $100 bill. So I got that Sinatra money, I've been Frank, like I've been Frank, I'm being frank with you, but Frank and this and that. And I'll think, oh, Sinatra money, Ben Frank, and I'll write it down. And then later, you know, I'll bring it back and I'll put it into raps. A lot of the time, my biggest writing process comes from just hearing production. So I'll hear a great beat,
and then I'll just
I'll just write. Yeah.
So you were more of the artist that would hear the production first and then go into write, as opposed to like, say, do you go into the studio if you have like a certain kind of concept or idea, and then go to the producing?
Sometimes that happens, but for the most part, I just hear the beat and it inspires what I need to do. Or sometimes I write to a beat. You know, like the intro to my album had lived on maybe 5 different instrumentals, you know, different ideas, and then finally on that beat it just happened to be perfect.
Just the piano keys on it was perfect too.
Thanks, man.
So all the tools so y'all can feel the pain. Broke as fuck back in that basement, not $1 to my name. Chasing fame, chasing glory till the day.
Signing off, it's your boy Kayo, Man Logic. Make sure to subscribe The Corner for all the exclusives. You already know.
Every diamond in my chain, yeah, that's a milestone. People calling me, asking me for money, man. The only thing I'ma give you motherfuckers is a dial tone.